This show is called Dead Residents, and it's a zombie apocalypse show that is an original piece that I wrote. Very happy about it, very pleased by how it came out. This show is very unique in the sense that it has multiple endings, so that any one time you see it, depending on how the characters react to the decisions that they face during the show, determines what ending you see at that given time. The challenge in writing this show was basically to live up to the hype that I created myself. So I was the one to blame for it. And once I finally sat down to write it, that's all I kept hearing in my head, was that this was going to be so great, that this was going to be so unique and so fun, and it's going to be such a cool experience. And I thought it had already created that hype before a single word had been written for the script. So I thought, okay, this bar for this show is set pretty high, so I better deliver on it. That was the biggest challenge, is to make sure that it lived up to the hype and that it didn't disappoint anyone, including myself, when it was all said and done. It's great as a director when, after a couple of weeks of rehearsal or a month of rehearsal, when the actors themselves start putting down the scripts and they start just going through the show, it's great as a director to be able to just watch these characters start to evolve and start to emerge. And I would have to say, with this show, very, very rarely did I have to redirect anybody. They all went on a path and on a road that I was very, very pleased with. And I couldn't be happier with this cast. I think they do a fantastic job, and the audience reaction is a testament to that. I watch every night, every show, people walking away with a look of being terrified and entertained and enthralled and freaked out, and that's due to them. How do you take something that's this graphic of a topic, zombies eating people and zombies using bats and hammers and guns and all that sort of stuff, and how do you make it not look cheesy on stage? Because theater is a lot different than film. You can do a lot of fun things in post-production and film, whereas theater, it's got to be live and it's got to be happening at that second. So how do you make that look real at that second consistently every time? And that was a huge challenge, and that was, I have to say, I can't take credit for it all. It was a collaborative effort. It was a lot of input. We'd come up to a situation, and I'd have an idea of how I wanted it done, and I'd present that idea, and maybe it wouldn't quite work out the way I thought, but then we'd all kind of get together as a group and as a family of creative minds trying to go for the same outcome. It's so much fun. I've never done a show that has this much, fake blood. And it's been a lot of fun. There's a fine line when you're doing that. You don't want to get too grotesque and over the top, but yet at the same time you got to do it big so that the people in the back row can still get the same effect as the people in the front row. And I think we've hit that just perfectly. What I hope people remember about this show, about Dead Residents, is how unique it is. That it's a ride. It really is. It's a fun Halloween ride, and that it's a hybrid. I always introduce it as a hybrid between a stage thriller and a haunted house experience, and I've found it to be a lot of fun. And I hope people remember most about this show is the feeling that they get from it. The fact that they walked into it thinking it was going to be a certain way, and it completely was that and more, which is some of the feedback I've been getting, and I hope that's what everybody gets from it, and that's what everybody remembers about it, is that they went to see a play, but they got a lot more than they bargained for. I'm actually going to be kind of bummed when it's all over and done with, but that's the magic of that's the beauty of theater. It's only there for a short time, and then it's gone. So, and I think we're making the most of every moment that we have on that stage.